All right, then let's move on and tell you Asian shares held near 7 months high today, though traded mostly sideways as investors awaited fresh catalyst that would provide further clarity on the global interest rates easing cycle. Japan's Nikkei was headed for a fourth successive day of lows and eased 0.2%, and is the longest losing streak in about 5 months as a potential policy decision from the Bank of Japan at its meeting next week draws near. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside Japan was lastly to change and drifted not too far from 7 months peak its previous session as traders dismissed higher than expected U.S. inflation rate data. In China, the blue chip CSI 300 index was up 0.46%, while the Shanghai Composite Index edged 0.25% higher, both reversing some of the losses of the previous session and dismissing news of Washington-based Global Trade Association representing biotechnology companies has taken steps to separate from Chinese members. Wuxi Hong Kong Hang Seng Index fell 0.1%, dragged by technology stocks, which slipped 0.9%. The United States House of Representatives has passed a bill with broad bipartisan support that would force TikTok's Chinese owner to either sell popular video app or have it banned in the United States. The move escalates a showdown between Beijing and Washington over the control of a wide range of technologies that would affect national security, free speech, and the social media industry. The action comes despite TikTok's efforts to mobilize its 170 million U.S. users against the measure and amidst President Biden's administration push to persuade lawmakers that Chinese ownership of the platform poses grave national security risk to the United States, including the ability to meddle in elections.
On this vote, the yeas are 352, the nays are 65. One present, 2/3 being in the affirmative. The rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without the objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
The way it's been rushed, and I also think the fact that we're not taking into consideration the amount of users is enormous. The other thing I'll say is we have yet to receive one piece of public evidence that actually shows that somehow China is actually negatively using our data. That has not been proven.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden has announced $3 billion in funding to help reconnect communities split by highways and other infrastructure projects. As he continues his post-State of the Union campaign, the $3.3 billion funded by the Infrastructure Law and Inflation Reduction Act, signed by President Biden earlier in the term, would go towards projects across 40 states. Announcing the funding during a campaign speech, the president said his administration is making decisions to transform lives of communities across America to boost economic development in those cities. And crude oil prices climbed in early trade today, supported by strong demand in the United States after gasoline stocks hit a 3-month low and crude stockpiles dropped unexpectedly, with supply concerns remaining after Ukrainian attacks on Russian refineries. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell at $80.45 with an upward price margin of 0.92%. Brent crude futures experienced an uptick of 0.86%, sell at $84.75 per barrel. Bonnie Light also rose to sell at $86.24 with a price margin of 0.92%. And for the OPEC basket, crude dealers are offering $82.61 with an upward price review of 0.43%. Well, that's our package today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Get busy, make some cash, stay safe.